ladies, I finally found my calling. You're looking at the next Flea Bailey.
Who?
You know the lawyer, Flea Bailey?
That's F. Flea Bailey, you big goof.
I object. Out of order. See me in my chamber. See, I'm a natural, just like Trevor and Todd.
Who?
Welcome home, wherever you been. Trevor and Todd, the new transfer students that started up a student court. I was just down there watching them strutting and rebutting. Here they come. This could be a big chance to hook up with a celebrity. Beautify yourselves.
Hey, now, don't go crowding us. We have to go and prepare our briefs. Isn't that right, Trevor? As rain, Todd, my brother. And how are we going to prepare those briefs? Well, I prepare mine by soaking them overnight in a dainty dish of lavender water. Then I put them on. One leg at a time. You guys are funny. Hey, ease up, Happy. Yeah. And introduce us to this double dose of whoa, mama.
Hey, relax, gentlemen. This is Tia Landry, and this is Tamera Campbell. See, their last names are different.
Look here. Here's a quarter, Junior. Go see if you're home. And if you ain't, get there, partner. All right.
If you have two brothers who do a podcast about Kenan and Kel, then your name might be Rachel.
And if you have a brother and a sister that are on a podcast right now, your name might be Aaron.
Hey, everybody.
All right, Rachel, you gotta close it.
If you have a brother and a sister and you run a podcast, your name might be... I'm not good at this, guys.
No, that's it. That's all you need to do. That's perfect.
So yeah, Adam, Aaron, and Rachel here on Kenan and Kel with Adam and Aaron. We're here talking Kenan and Kel and all their forms of media.
Yeah, and today we have a very special episode. Kenan and Kel and Sister with Adam, Rachel, and Aaron. That is
Oh yeah.
That is the name
Woo!
of today's podcast.
We thought it'd be appropriate to bring our sister on for the sister episode.
Yeah. Sister.
Oh, how much I missed you.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute here.
It's iconic.
Well, Aaron, we had just had a stellar episode. I think we should reflect on real quick here.
Yes, with the creators of Kenan and Kel,
Yeah.
Kevin and Heath,
Head writers of the show.
and Good Burger, and all things amazing. All that, Allie and AJ. We got to talk to them, and it was really cool.
Oh yeah. Well, in the future, I think we're gonna do like a download of all the things that we uncovered because there was a lot there.
It was a hefty episode. We learned a lot, and I honestly wasn't as prepared as I should have been. They were like, "So, what other questions do you want to ask?" I was like,
Yeah, I had it very deer in headlights. I've been like writing questions basically every day since. Like for next time we do it.
We'll have a round two eventually.
If you have questions that you want us to pose to the creators of the show, send us an email, KenanKelPodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, we got them on speed dial.
Do not send any emails if you have feedback for Rachel, as we established last time. She's not interested.
I don't like any feedback. Thank you.
Yeah.
Don't let us know how it is.
I'm sorry, guys. I actually listened to your podcast with the creators, and I couldn't stop thinking about that during this episode with how when Kel reacts to things, how they would just be like, take 3, Kel, you go for it. And I couldn't stop thinking because I felt like this whole episode was that.
Of
Kel just
sister.
going for it.
The sister, yeah, they really just let him go. They said, "Okay, Kel, do your thing."
They pumped it full of sugar and let him off his leash.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Like, okay, now crazier. now do it with a Swedish accent.
Yeah, it's basically Whose Line. Before we go too far, I have some quick Kenan and Kel news. Good Burger 2 had an official announcement.
Whoa.
Yeah, spoilers for people that didn't hear last episode, but we talked about it in detail. But yeah, no, for sure, 100%, end of this year. According to People.com, it's coming around Thanksgiving-ish.
I just picture so many accidents with like turkeys and
Oh, yeah.
turkey burgers.
Oh.
Kenan Kel plus turkey equals no good. All trouble.
Yes. So, Rachel, do you remember the Kenan and Kel Turkey Day episode?
Of course I do.
You could say no.
I
It's
don't.
okay.
I'm going to be honest.
So the Turkey Day episode is one of the best episodes. Basically, Thanksgiving is happening, and they destroy 2 turkeys. Kenan and Kel just
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
It's great. They explode the kitchen. It's perfect. So I wonder if there's going to be some
It's a turkey reference.
turkey reference.
Aaron, do you want to share with us the plot overview that we have here for the Good Burger 2?
I would love to, Adam. Dexter Reed is down on his luck after another one of his inventions fails. Ed welcomes Dex back to Good Burger with open arms and gives him his old job back. The official synopsis reads, with a new crew working at Good Burger, Dex devises a plan to get back on his feet, but unfortunately puts the fate of Good Burger at risk once again.
Aaron, I think you may have been the one to mention this, but childhood shows, there's always like an inventor character for some reason. And apparently Dex is going to be that one for this film.
Oh, wow. So this looks like this almost the same exact plot.
I think they got some old elements, some new elements. I can't wait to see where it goes.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. I'm really missing and in need of Superstar Ed, though.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was an idea that you and I had, Adam, in our brainstorming session.
We talked about how Ed should be like an astronaut and like, you know, is a movie star. And
Well, my like idea for how to start it is like have like a Good Burger delivery scene, except it's like a spaceship, and it's like Ed flying the spaceship, and then it's like cut, and it's like a commercial, and he's like the spokesperson for Good Burger. That was my idea.
it can still open that way.
It could open.
It's
it could
possible.
open that way. That'd be pretty amazing. I mean, Ed's famous sauce.
Sorry they didn't ask you.
Well, I may have offered some unsolicited suggestions off the. No, I'm kidding.
Speaking of opportunities on Good Burger 2, to anyone in the Providence, Rhode Island area, there's a casting call out there right now to become an extra in Good Burger 2.
I'm going.
Wait, Adam, is that the thing that's the thing you did on the email?
Yes, that is the thing. I saw this opportunity and I said, hey, wouldn't it be fun if I applied to be an extra in Good Burger 2?
Yes, it would be.
Yeah, I did so on a lark, and let me tell you, guys, I am not made to be an extra. This is not the life for me. This is not the...
How do you know?
I'll tell you how I know. So they have on the website, and I'm going to check your text for this. They have a resume section where you post like your skills and things you're good at.
You're like a mechanical engineer. They're like, okay.
Yeah.
HVAC systems.
Yeah. So it asks questions like appearance. Would you cut your hair? Would you dye your hair? Do you wear braces? Like all these like the interesting things, and I'm like, no.
You've had the same hair since the 8th grade.
Yeah. It goes specialized training. They ask about aviation experience, driving.
Oh my!
They want you to drive a motorcycle and a swamp buggy.
Can I drive a car, please?
They've got equestrian, martial arts, military service. So these are all like things that, you know, if you're an extra, you've like kind of catered your life to having all these kind of like bits and pieces, things you can do for a whole filming session. Where I imagine you're there for like 8 hours, just doing nothing, like sitting in the background eating French fries or pretending to eat French fries while they do the scene in front.
Well, Adam, maybe they're looking for people like, you know, normal people.
Adam, did you fill out this sports section?
Yes, I filled out the sports section.
Adam says that he can do baseball, billiards, bowling, canoeing.
Canoeing, yeah.
Did you say canoeing?
Hiking and jogging, yeah. Because in my mind, so let me tell you, I can't express how like nervous doing this made me. Because like every time I was checking one, I'm like, oh yeah, I can pretend to be a cricket player. But I'm like, wait, no. What if they're filming this? They asked me to be an extra, and there's a cricket scene happening in the background, and I just have to pretend to play cricket for all day. That would be a nightmare. That would be.
Adam, I think what we need to do is we need to just send them an email and say, hey, we'll be extras. Yeah. We don't want any money. We just want to be there. We'll even watch. We'll like hold the water. Yeah, we just want to be there.
It doesn't say anything about having a Kenan Kel podcast on here. I feel like that would just.
I think Adam and I sitting at a table in Good Burger, just like having a conversation in the background. That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful. But I don't know. I've been very discouraged from this. I feel like I have no skills that they need as an extra.
Well, you weren't meant to be an actor. It's a one-time thing.
There's a section here for wardrobe/uniforms you own. So it's like, oh yeah, if they need like an EMT, you have an EMT outfit that you go and you wear. Like that's what you bring to the table as an extra. I checked 2. I checked business and messenger.
Your responses are some of my favorite things.
Messenger. Just with a bag.
They also have like props, and I said backpack, hard hat, and laptop computer. It was what I.
Singing, you wrote gospel.
Yeah, because I don't want to like say like, oh yeah, I can sing country music and lie about it, then have to pretend to sing country music all day.
It's a gospel.
Like, that sounds terrible.
You do not sing gospel.
I've sung in a gospel before.
Oh man.
Freestyle swimming. I said freestyle swimming and swimming general. I did not claim to do a backstroke or breaststroke because again, they're just like, all right, you extra get in the pool, and I'm just like, I can't do it. I can't. Just all day I have to pretend to butterfly stroke.
Oh. Wow.
This was the best.
Oh.
So if you have more faith in yourself than me, follow the link in the description to the website.
I know this is kind of just lengthy, but we didn't talk about the accents you do.
Okay. No,
Was that an option?
That's right. I'll leave it at that.
No, Rachel, what are the accents?
please.
Cockney. What's that? Italian. Midwest. New England. New York. Southern and Russian.
Wow.
To me, as an actor, that's like the bare minimum.
But I picture you sitting there like trying them out and being like, all right, I got it.
Well, no, I say I can do an Irish accent. They're like, oh, cool. Can you like go up there and order in an Irish accent? And I'm like, oh god.
Oh man, that was too good.
And they're like, I'm sorry, what was that they just said? That didn't sound like an Irish accent.
I love how far you think you're gonna get. Like you're gonna have a speaking line.
Yeah, I guess I'm just not a liar. Maybe every actor has to like lie a little bit. I can't do it.
I don't think you'd get a speaking line.
No, I don't think so either.
Not with this
You'd be
resume.
the postman. You'd be a good postman.
You would be.
Yeah. I got your mail here.
I applied to be an extra, but my resume
Adam,
paints me as the most boring person on the planet.
I know we have to wrap this up, but can you just give me your best postman?
Oh yeah. Delivery.
Well, you got the job.
Wow.
Oh man.
All right, so there you have it.
Good.
All right.
Good laugh.
That's what siblings do. We just
We start off some good laughs. Yeah.
we just
Wow.
roast each other at their vulnerable.
I mean, hey, that seems like a tough thing to do.
All right, let's go talk sister.
Ooh.
Let's do it. Sister.
This is a season 4, episode 20, Inherit the Twin. Aaron, what did you know about the series Sister going into this?
I know that Rachel knows more than me. Rachel, take us away. You are a sister. You have always been a sister fan. Tell us about your relationship with the show.
Well, I used to watch it all the time, and when I was watching it, I was telling Adam earlier. I was watching it. I was like, are these parents really together? And then I remembered like they met like as they were teenagers, but I kind of forget that whole backstory. I haven't watched it in like 10, 15, 20, maybe 20 years. Is that too long? That is way too long. I'm 28. But
Yeah.
still.
So, a recap of the series, real quick. So, Sister was created by Kim Bass.
Hey, Adam, first off, this is a skill that you have. You can recap.
Oh, yeah?
You can recap.
Recapping, I'll put on
Yeah,
there.
what if they go, recap Sister, go.
Yeah, I would say, created by Kim Bass, the same guy who created Kenan and Kel. He based the chemistry of Tia and Tamera off of his own twin sisters that he had.
Oh, that's so cool.
They had a really, almost psychic connection to each other. Like, if one of them was in Florida while the other one was in, say, Atlanta, Georgia, and one had, a stomach ache, the other one would, have symptoms of it. That's how he described, kind of almost magical connection. The premise is that these twins were separated at birth. They were put up for adoption, and they were adopted by different couples. Or different single people, I guess. They met later on as teenagers and like, wait a second, you look just like me.
Did they like bump into each other at the store or something? Was that
like
what it was?
At the mall, I think.
It's all coming back to me now.
Yeah, that was the premise. So Tia has her mom.
Yes.
And Tamera has her dad.
Yes, which are so opposite, personality-wise.
Lisa works as like a seamstress. Ray works as a limousine service.
Oh,
and,
man, yeah.
Basically, Lisa was going to take a design job in St. Louis instead of Detroit, where everything's like set. So instead, they said, "Why don't you move in with us?" And then they became one shared household of twins that are related and their parents that are not.
It's so odd, but it works for that show because there's so like Lisa's characters just can be like that like nonstop talking, like a little bit irritating, and then you got Ray who's just like so like can't stand anything.
Well, it's great because you have the dynamic of like the kind of the sitcom couple that hates each other, but they don't have to like resolve things at the end of the day and be in a relationship. Yeah. That said, they have a will they won't they for a lot of the show.
Yes.
And season 4 is actually the season where they like date. So this is mid-relationship between Lisa and Ray. They don't end up together. Spoilers.
Okay, that's what I thought. I remember she dated the one guy. I can like picture him in my head, but I just remember like Lisa always like dating different guys throughout the show, and it was just such a funny dynamic.
That's how it goes. Tia's the smart one. Tia is I don't say that. Tia is book smart. Tamera is street smart, and that's the conflict behind the scenes of this episode.
Yes.
But they're both very funny, witty, you know, quick on their feet. And you know, each of them seems to have their episode, right? They each shine in different ways. Well, unlike Kenan and Kel, where they are both failures all the time. No, I'm kidding.
I think Kenan and Kel are basically always together throughout the show.
Right.
Sister doesn't mind splitting them apart to show like different comparative stories.
Individuality and things like that. I
think season 1 has a lot of like them switching places, like plots. But by season 4, it's like, no, they're separate characters and they have sitcom problems like the one they're about to see.
I think I'm about to rewatch Sister after watching this one episode. I was like, I gotta go rewatch it. So I might have to do my own podcast.
If only you had a sister. Oh, sorry, Rachel.
If only I had and the song's just like, sister. That's it. No sister.
Just one. Now, Adam, I have a question before we get started.
Yeah.
Could you do a cockneyed gospel singer?
I've been waiting for this.
Sister. I don't know what that is.
Oh, wow, that's actually better than I thought it would be.
Yeah. I just need a couple other people on board.
Yeah. Gospel's hard to do solo.
It is hard to do.
That's why it sounded like that.
Can you now canoe?
I'll canoe us to the...
And if you fall off, can you just freestyle swim your way over to the baseball field?
I'm not sure about that. I can swimming general my way over there.
General swim.
Yeah, I can general swim over. All right, so the episode starts with Tia has 2 friends over from her honors class, Paula and Allison.
Yes, she does.
They make a very complicated joke because they're so smart.
It's very unfortunate. If there's any episode that we were doing a full like kind of breakdown of, I'm upset that it's the one that has all these like dumb wordplay things that don't really land.
Yeah. At
the top.
I was like, what are Adam and Aaron going to make me do? Are they going to make me try to do one of these word plays? I think we could try one.
So basically, the bit is that they are kind of so smart and nerdy that they can throw like nonsense phrases at each other because of some like loose connection that they all get. For example, the acorn doesn't fall far from the, and then someone replies 5 straight up, which is replied with, we're going to church, and then make mine butterscotch.
When the episode first started with that, And then
And
Tamera,
you're like,
like,
"Oof."
it screens to Tamera, and she's like, does anyone else know what they're saying? And I was like, thank God she said that, because I was like, did I miss a part in the beginning?
Yes, and I think that was a shock to me. I forgot that this show breaks the fourth wall like that.
Rachel, you know that term, breaking the fourth wall?
I do now, I
Yes,
guess.
yes.
I guess that means when they talk to the camera?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like you step outside of the play that is the show, and then you just kind of like talk to the audience.
Yeah, I guess, do they do that a lot in the other episodes too? Because
They do it a lot more in the early seasons, but eventually, like a lot of the characters would talk to the camera, or both of them at the same time. Now they're just like, this is kind of like being grandfathered in that we have to do this. So like at one scene early in the episode, someone will usually talk to the camera.
okay, I know I couldn't remember that. Like I couldn't know if that was just a moment for this episode or not, but I kind of, in that moment, in that scene where they're all being like talking about smart phrases, I was like, I feel like I relate to Tamera. Like I remember at some point, like I think you guys were talking to Dad about some like, I don't know, engineering something, and I was just like, what? And this was me. My whole growing up was Tamera.
To you, it's the cutaway that you see here, which is where
Yes.
Tamera, like, it's like they're like this, and you see like three Russian ladies like talking to each other, which I thought that was real fun.
That was.
I think they might be Eastern
whole other
European,
language.
Adam. I think you might have just.
So I watched it with captions on the bottom, and the bottom
Oh,
says
it does say Russian.
old Russian ladies arguing.
Unless the subtitles are wrong. I think I saw that too.
Some form of Eastern European or Russian. I feel bad because those places are forever pitted against each other. But let's assume Russian, because that's what it says.
Yes, they were speaking a language she did not understand, and that was the smart. I wrote for what in my notes for first scene. I wrote : smart people. That's what I titled the scene.
Yeah, that's it. They explained like what the word game is. I don't really want to do it or get into it. It's not really worth it.
Yeah, let's just
Nah.
You
move
guys are
on.
cool with that?
Let's move on.
But they have a cute little room here. That's their room, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's their room set.
Yeah, they got like these shelves with all these little like trinkets and animals and little things. Yeah.
It's always a cool room. I think in one episode I remember like Tamera being like, I want my own room, or Tia wanting her own room, and they slept in different rooms, and they like went to the end of their bed and waved to each other. I don't know why I remember that, but they like they were trying to like grow up and be distant, but they still
Classic twin episode plot, you know?
Right.
Yes.
Wow, there's a lot of shows with twins. Because I'm like thinking, oh, there's definitely an all-grown-up episode like that, as well as like Gravity Falls. So basically, every time you have a twin episode, they have to like live apart for a bit.
And then they realize that they can't.
Yeah, and I think that this episode especially, we talked about those with Kevin and Heath about how like Kenan Kel didn't always need a moral at the end of the episodes. They're happily to like get away with it. They stop when it gets to the funniest points. Sister, I feel like, you know, is more of that, like Full House was on like right before or after this, and like they always had to have that kind of good moral.
Right. And at the end of this episode, I won't jump there, but they do kind of have a moment of like, ooh, they could probably keep going with this, but then they do stop.
So let's talk about our next scene.
Let's talk about the theme song, please.
Oh, well, of course, this is a theme song right after this. The theme song has a lot to discuss. This is a great theme song, Aaron.
It's a great theme song. I like I like the cuts. I like the mid '90s like splices down the middle, and then like the graphics in the background with like Microsoft Paint graphics.
Yeah, I believe this is the second version of the theme song, if I'm not mistaken. They had an earlier one that had a different art style, and there's one after this where I think they like remix it.
I can't remember the other ones, but I know that song is just
The song's it's very good. Yeah, no, I mentioned Aaron because we've watched a lot of shows that Kenan and Kel guested on at this point, and I think oftentimes the theme song don't remember it well, but this is classic 90s TV.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I could watch this on loop. Like, I wonder if anybody's ever like sampled this to make a song, because it actually is like a pretty sweet song.
Yes.
Talk about a two-way twister. Shaking up the family tree with sibling synchronicity. Like, come on, these
wow.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part.
It's so good.
Rachel knows all like the beats.
Wow, 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 wow. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Now that everybody knows, I ain't ever gonna let you go. Like, come on.
Sister.
It's funny, you're reading the lyrics and I'm like, I don't know what part that is. I
Yeah,
just know. I feel like I would always make up the words, but just the whole beat is phenomenal. It all came back to me too when I was watching it. I was like singing the like word for word. So funny how you
Yep.
can do that when you haven't seen the show in so
Oh,
long.
I know.
Amazing theme song. And we see our not couple downstairs. I said Lisa and Ray. What's Ray got?
Okay, so Ray, I love this whole thing. It's just, it's like a spoof on early IKEA. So Ray has
Yeah,
a giant box that says Frugel, which I think is Swedish for fragile.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is like he ordered this shelf online and now he's going to assemble it himself. And everybody is just, making fun of him because he can't build anything.
Yeah, it's a Hugenstragen 2000.
Yes.
I did write down Hugenstragen. Like, that's a good
great.
one. Didn't want to
Hugenstragen?
forget that word. Hugenstragen.
Yeah. Lisa's very much like, when are the carpenters coming? And he's like, there's no carpenters, it's me, and I'm doing this, and no one believes him.
Nobody believes that he can do it.
Yeah, Tamara's like, you're not gonna build something again, are you?
And it's funny because now I feel like everyone builds their own furniture
Oh, yeah.
from like IKEA or Amazon, and you end up building your own furniture. But back then they made it seem like there was this like very rare, like you're gonna build this.
Well, if you think about it, like, IKEA just made a killing off of making other people do work for them.
Oh, yeah.
They just ship things in a flat box, and then there you go. You make a bunch more money by doing less
Yeah,
work.
it was a real smart business plan on their front.
It is, absolutely. I love Lisa's response here. She like wants to know what it is, like what's in the box, and he's like, it's a media center or something like that, and she says, it's just a bunch of shelves.
Yeah.
Which is like, yeah, well, yes. It takes
I
a
think
lot of
her-
work to make nice shelves.
No, so Tamara goes into the kitchen, past Ray's project, and sees Tia laughing at her homework.
Yes, the slam book.
Yeah.
Right.
So Tia's constructing a slam book.
This
with her
has to
honor
be like a
student friends.
mid-90s high school fad.
Yeah. Well, we know about the...
It's like Mean Girls.
yeah, Mean Girls had the burn book.
Yes.
And this was apparently a thing that happened, where before people could just text like their secrets, they had to pen them down in some shared area.
Or subtweet.
I'm sure they have Discords where they make fun of other kids and stuff nowadays. But no, back then it was a literal book, a slam book. And Tamara wants to see inside. Tia does not want to show her. And she's very much tries to get some secrets out of her.
I love when so she's leaning over the chair and then she falls. It's like the most dramatic fall I've ever seen. And she fell on her
like,
stomach,
whoa.
on her like, arms. It wasn't a stumble. It was like a full-fledged fall. And I was like, acting in the 90s?
Mid-90s. Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're great, but they do such a good job.
Yeah.
They're sisters, and they're both really talented actors.
It's great.
You
It's just
know?
so funny because I can only imagine someone telling her, like, all right, you're going to fall. It's just big fall.
Big fall. Whoa!
Big fall.
I'm sure I would learn more about that if I took a class for my extra training on how to do falls. Put fall as a skill.
Adam, I wonder, like,
It's phenomenal.
what if your goal was just to acquire all those skills so that you could check all the boxes? What if you...
Well, that's what I think extras do. That's what they like. All right, cool. I'm gonna do like a 1 day like cycling class, so I know what this is.
Yeah, that sounds really fun to me.
Oh, I don't want to. Yeah, I'm sure they like get all this world experience and know how to do like yoga and some fake martial arts and stuff like that just to pull it off. But I got none of it.
Not yet. You got jogging
Not
and
yet.
canoeing.
You got
Just
jogging.
canoeing. Just jogging and canoeing.
You'd make a great jogger on like the background.
Trying to get this info out of her, she says to Tia, I'm your twin. I'm your twin, Ken. Secrets are not between us. And she's like, just tell me the secret. I won't tell, you can trust me. Have you guys ever heard this in grade school? Like tell me the secret, I won't tell anyone.
Oh, that never went well.
Yeah, of course. That's always what people say.
Yeah. I think people don't understand what a secret is, because it's always like, oh, I'll keep the secret for you, adding another person into this loop, and then eventually everyone's there.
It was kind of funny because, like, you don't think, you think of Tia and Tamera and their sisters and their best friends, and Tia's like, I have other friends, and you're not included in this. And I was like, that's so real. Like, that's kind of how real siblings are, yeah.
I think it's a real thing twins, like, run into.
Right.
Yeah, like, I don't remember Kenan and Kel having a kind of a moment like that.
They never do. There's no one tighter than Kenan and Kel, and that's the show's premise.
Right. There's like no other even like sub friends. They're all always together.
Yeah.
Right.
They never not want to spend time together.
I think other than this episode too, like Paula and Allison really weren't a thing. I don't think.
Yeah, it was just like a
but
plot
like
device.
Roger is a thing, and he's the friend. My favorite.
Tamera accuses Tia of like there being stuff about her in the book. Tia insists there's not, and they're like, "Come on, we're best friends." And then she's like, "All right, cool. You want to get lunch?" And she's like, "Nah, I'm going with the honors kids." So already you see this rift forming between them.
Yeah.
So we go to school and we meet Roger.
Roger.
Yes, I love Roger.
I don't think this is the best intro to Roger.
I could say Roger he's always so supportive of Tia Tamera, but he's like obsessed with them. He's like their friend, and he would always annoy them. Like he's their neighbor, right? And their classic line would be, "Go home, Roger." Never.
Yes, that was the Who Loves Orange Soda of this show, Aaron.
Go home, Roger.
Yeah, go home, Roger.
Tia and Tamera say it, then their parents start saying it, and it's a whole thing.
So Roger in this scene, he says that he clearly just watched a lawyer show, and then he said he's finally found his calling. He's going to be the next Flea Bailey. And they say, who? And then, it's F. Lee Bailey, who's like a famous lawyer on TV.
That's right.
Right.
There's no Flea Bailey. It's F. Lee.
Yeah, and then it's, watch this. Out of order. See me in my chambers. I object. He just like spouts off a few lines. And it's like, that is why a lot of people became lawyers. They're just like watching a lawyer show. And they're like, oh, that sounds like kind of fun.
Yeah, we talked about this. I just finished Better Call Saul. I want to be a lawyer now.
Yeah, me too.
I want to go into a courtroom and throw around evidence and expose things and.
Yeah. How awesome would that be?
I want to check the lawyer skill off of the skill list.
I've watched enough Better Call Saul to know my way around the room.
Usually lawyers are a background of a show, right?
No, they are not. Well, I can be a defense lawyer. That the person that is doing all that acting, I'll just be the other guy that's just like, oh man, he's really got a good point.
He's just like
shuffling papers around.
Yeah, shuffling papers. I have the business outfit, so I'm good for that.
What skills do you have? I can shuffle papers around.
Adam, what if your business outfit wasn't good enough for them?
That's the worst part. I didn't even mention the physical description tab. It's like they want to know all right, what's your inseam and your ring size and your.
Oh my god!
What?
Adam, I think these people are just selling your data.
About what my shape is.
Yeah, all that data that you're just willingly giving them.
I'm gonna get 15 and a half clothing listings.
Yeah. They're like, oh, we have that size. We could fit him in here.
Roger is really entranced by these new transfer students, Trevor and Todd.
And who are Trevor and Todd but
Kenan and Kel?
Oh yeah, and Kenan is wearing his. That's a Kenan and Kel shirt. I think that was just Kenan's shirt.
Oh yeah. Kenan has it. He may have wore this on the Steve Harvey show, but it's this giant. So Kenan and Kel, they're strutting and rebutting. That's their thing. They're like lawyer kids. They do student council, and they come up. Their outfits are very ridiculous. So Kenan has this giant black and yellow sweater, and he's got vertical stripes across them, or horizontal stripes that go across them that are blue, yellow, orange, red, green, blue.
What a look!
I mean, I think they're pretty cool.
It's a cool look for sure, but
I don't even know. It says Mecca USA on it. Kel's got an Africa necklace, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's on this big silver chain. He's got earrings, and they both have short hair. I feel like this was filmed right after season 1. Is my guess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe kind of right before Good Burger the 1 was filmed. Kel has a red shirt, black vest, all that. We talked about that.
Then they walk over.
I was gonna say, I'm glad you guys said they were transfer students, because I was watching it the whole time going, why are they here? Like, I think I missed that line. It's like,
Who are these guys?
Like, where did they come from? Like, what's their like
Just hanging
role
out in
here?
the school. Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah, they're like the janitors. They
Like,
clean up after classes.
I feel like it wasn't made very clear. It was just like they were there all of a sudden and they ran the school.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, they were the coolest kids in town. And yeah, they think they're really awesome and cool, and they think they can get any girl they want. They see Tia and Tamera. They walk over to them, and they just are like,
The worst.
the worst.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's like 90s negging is what they do.
It didn't live up to date when we were watching it.
Basically, they say like Johnny Bravo lines at them, which is,
Yeah.
why don't you introduce us to this double dose of Whoa Mama?
That is the Johnny Bravo line.
So Tia Landry and Tamera Campbell is what Roger says about them, and they say to Roger, "Here's a quarter. Go see if you're home. If you're not, get there, partner."
That's so a Kenan line.
Yeah, great like crossover into the sister world.
Did you want to say any more of the things that they say to them? Because either way,
Do I want to? No.
no. Either way, Tia and Tamera just like straight up reject them. I don't know. I want to know what they said, because whatever they said was great.
Kel says like to Kenan, like, which one do you want?
Yes.
Which is like, once again, no, red flag. Don't say that about a human.
Yeah.
I think they went back. They said, "Let's try to be a little bit like nicer this time." And they went over and they're like, "All right, and then they go. Yeah, they go back the next time and go, "Which one of us do you want?"
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that is what happens.
Yeah, and after they say it the first time, one of them says like, "What?" And then Kenan says, "Not that one. She has a little too much attitude." And I'm like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, so I think one of them said, "Tame her."
Yeah. Kel's line is, "No problem, bro. I'll tame her." Like,
it was so wrong.
Ain't good.
It was perfect though, the
so
way
bad.
they rejected them completely though, because that was the best part.
That's the good thing about this scene, is that Tia and Tamera have all the power, and they like basically reject them in front of the whole school. Everyone is laughing.
Yes.
Trevor and Todd. We've been double dissed in public. So they're like, what's wrong with us? It's like, well, it can't be our good looks. He's like, yeah, we're too pretty for that. I think Tamara's line to get them to leave is, put your Nikes on your bikies and keep on pedaling.
Yep.
Which
Yeah,
is
that was a good one.
Really good way of saying scram. They basically say to Roger, is like, hey, why don't you treat us to lunch? And give us the 411 on Snooty and the No Fish.
Snooty and the No Fish. That was great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then what happens is they go to lunch, and then there's this little kind of scene where Tia puts her like slam book in her locker, and then she tries to close it, but it doesn't really close all the way. So then Tamera like is trying to get it. She's thinking about grabbing it. She has it in her hand. It like lights up as she's looking at it, like gold.
Read me.
Yeah, read me. It was a real like Ned's Declassified like cutaway. I thought.
Yeah, and so then she grabs it, and then Tia comes back, and then she puts it back in the locker and closes it.
But it doesn't close all the way.
It doesn't close all the way.
So they leave. Transition to the next scene. I like the kind of transitions in the show, Aaron. I don't know about you.
Yeah, this is one of the things I loved about early Kenan and Kel. All the cuts between scenes, and then the creative ways of blending them together.
I like that they have the beat for it too.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got just a couple notes of the sister song, like do 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 do.
Yeah.
As the scene changes,
Like,
and it's great.
Yeah, and go right in.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things in the world.
Yeah, there's a lot of podcasts that do that too. They'll have like a theme song, and they'll have like a doodle-doo-doo.
Oh, we could have been doing this the whole time, just having little like Kenan and Kel beats between.
Yeah,
moments.
like
Go back. Redo them.
I'll put one in right now. All right, the next scene.
Everybody has these pamphlets of paper, and they're just flipping through them. What are they? What are these little booklets, Rachel?
So the booklets are the poor slam book getting passed around the school, and I think some kid goes up to Tia. He says something about his ears being too big.
I know my ears are big, but my mom says I'll grow into them.
And Tia's like, what?
It's what's going on? And yeah. Turns out, the slam book's been passed around. Roger says, This is the biggest scandal to hit the school since Mr. Bonto came back as Miss Bonto. A scandal back then.
It's scandal is the word that was used.
Scandal, yeah, scandal.
That's the
A
funny
crime
part.
was committed here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Yes, and then it turns out on one of these pieces of paper says something about Tamera cheating on a math test.
Yeah,
Right.
so immediately Tia's suspicious of Tamera and like accuses her.
I love how that was the gossip too. It was like she cheated
Yeah.
on her math test. Like I wanted something juicier than that. Like
Yeah, that was pretty.
She lives with her.
That was pretty weak.
Like that's the best that she can do.
yeah. It could have been like she shaves her toenails. Like but it's like she cheated on her math test.
Shaved her toenails is really, really good.
Yeah,
I know, thank you.
Something.
I
icky.
should have wrote.
Tia's accusing Tamera. The principal comes up and says, there's a rumor going around that you cheated on your math test. And then he said, your C+ just became a C me. Which is, that's my favorite line of the whole episode.
It was like,
Like
That is a great line.
Damn.
That's a great line right there. Yeah, I heard that and I was like, wow, this is they're really doing their work here. The writers are really working hard.
yes. So Tia's thinking Tamera shared her slam book with the whole school, and Tamara's saying that she didn't share the slam book with the whole school. Some other girl comes up and says, now everyone thinks I'm bald. Because I guess there was a rumor about her in there too.
Yeah,
so
those Paula and Allison might come up or whatever.
absolute chaos is just happening.
Trevor and Todd show up kind of to the rescue. They say, there's only way to clear your names in a court of law.
Which is, I don't know, what's with the lawyer themes this episode? Like, where does it come from? It's just like...
They needed something for Kenan and Kel to do, so like, you guys are fun, let's make you lawyers in school.
The student court. Like,
The
can
student
you
court,
imagine
which is
if
a
we
thing
had one of
apparently.
them?
Yeah. So Tia hires Kenan, Trevor, and Tamera hires Todd, and they are pitted against each other in a ruthless battle of wills.
They say, see you in court in unison. I think right before that, Trevor and Todd say in unison, because I can make you innocent. Cut to commercial, and we go to our new scene, where we are getting ready for, I guess, debate day.
Sitting at like the kitchen table.
And they have outfits on.
Oh, please let me do
Go ahead, Rachel.
Tia's outfit. That was all I was thinking about the whole show. Her purple suit. She had a purple headband, a purple jacket, purple blazer, I guess, purple pants. And I was just like, why don't we dress like that now? We should. Everyone in school wears like leggings now. I was like, she killed it. Tamara's was a suit as well, or some sort of blazer, but the colors were definitely different. I don't remember, but the purple suit, I just couldn't stop looking at that.
The purple suit is pretty great.
Yeah, and I was saying to Adam too. I was like, I don't pay much attention to the clothes, but that I loved it. I loved it. It was great.
I can see the wardrobe team going like, oh yeah, a law episode. We're gonna get like, suits for both of them, different colors. That's
right.
Yeah,
and
that's how it goes.
90s style is very much coming back in fashion too, so I would love to see just the clothes they wear in this show, because like that color, like that like lavender bright and the green, like that, all that stuff people wear now.
Yeah, exactly. The bright colors are definitely back. And Tamara's wearing she's wearing a light green jacket and like royal blue pants. So it's just as poppin'.
It's popping.
Their mom's there to try to like get them to agree with each other.
Yeah, she's saying like, please start talking. Silence is so awkward. Sometimes I don't like awkward silence, so I just keep talking, and then she just keeps talking.
Yeah,
and they have to finally talk to each other to get their mom to stop talking.
Tamara's very much like, why would I put my own name in there? That's bad. And Tia's like, you maybe want to throw me off. That's why you're the prime target. Which is like, that's like the whoa. That's the big slam of this episode, is like, I can't believe I'm the prime suspect. And Tamera like storms out.
She storms into the living room where Ray is working on his Hogan, what was it called? Hogan stroke. His Hogan stroke, and he says, "Pass me the Fergan."
Yeah, it's just just going right for the Swedish jokes here. Going right for the funny Swedish words.
Yeah, he's constructed this whole little like casket type thing out of him. It does not look like shelves.
Yeah, it's not the way you're supposed to do it. I don't know how we ended up with this, but yeah, it's basically he created like a little cage of wood almost, and then he like puts a door up as he's talking to Tamera, and then it eventually like this slab of wood closes, and then it kind of locks him in,
like swings and locks him in, and that's how the scene ends.
And then he's kind of just in the little prison of his own creation. Very symbolic.
It makes me think though, like when they're filming all of this, that probably only took about like 5 minutes. This whole entire episode, he's only in this living room, standing by the box and standing by. He like never leaves the living room the whole episode.
Time.
Yeah.
Other episodes don't come to mind, but it'd be awesome if Ray never left the living room. Like he's just like locked in there like a ghost.
Yeah, he's just always right there, like watching TV or like eating
The more
food.
I'm thinking about it, I'm like I can't picture him not in the living room. He's always in the living room.
I think Ray's very like understanding. He's like, hey, you guys won't talk about it, so I guess student court won't hurt.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, go for it.
This is the big scene. This is the reason everyone's here. Kenan and Kel in student court with Tia and Tamera.
Right. It begins with Kenan, and he says, and in conclusion, I find, what is it, who Tia?
Tia. He's defending Tia.
Yeah. I find Tamera guilty of all charges. It's like that's the whole of the argument that we hear.
Yeah.
Oh, no, she said, yeah, he says, I will prove her innocent of all charges.
Meanwhile, Tamara's like, can you believe this? And he's like, yeah, is what Kel says. Which one are you again? Tamera, the innocent one. And he's like, all right, I got this. And then Kel goes up for his opening statement.
Aaron,
so
you want to say what he said?
I'd just like to say, she did it. Oh, yeah, she's the one. Oh, yeah, she did it. And then he just starts like doing a Kel dance.
She did it. She did it.
He does like he does a little moonwalk. He does like some jumping around and circulating. And and then like slides back to his chair. It was a mini screw in the tuna. I think they were like, oh,
just a tiny screw, a little bolt in the tuna is what that was.
Kenan and Kel are coming back. Let's have them do a lawyer episode. It'll be like the screw in the tuna. It's gonna be the best.
Yeah.
And then Kel gave him just a little bit.
One of the twins says like, the heck kind of student court is this?
Yeah. Tamera says that. Student court is actually a great idea.
Yeah, it's practicing skills.
Yeah, you're holding somebody has to hold each other accountable. It's like there's a dispute between students and then other students have to help you figure it out.
I just feel like that'd be so much more dramatic than this one was. There were just people sitting in the background just like watching.
Yeah. Like nodding. I can see that.
They're all nodding and like, ooh.
Can we talk about the Roger interrogation?
Oh yeah. So that's what we have here. Both Trevor and Todd interrogate Roger. Mr. Evans, how many times did you ask my clients out on dates? Is what Trevor says about Tia.
He goes 7 million times.
And what was her last excuse?
That she had to wash her hair?
And then you told me that she came in the next day wearing a hat. She's a liar.
Covering her unwashed hair. And Tia's like, what?
Tia's like, wait, no, aren't you my lawyer? Why are you like on the attack on me? Kenan's response to that is, why has it always got to be about you? Like it's like he's like a lawyer that only wants to reveal the truth. Is how he's coming across.
It's like they all forgot what they were talking about and like what they were trying to like. Everyone forgot about the slam book. Like no one in like the crowd is even like yeah, remember that? Like it's just who did it.
So Todd asks Roger next, and he says, "You told me that she stole your heart. You admit it. You're a thief." And they both end their interrogation with him by saying to Roger, "You disgust me."
And also Kenan's vest.
Yeah, Kenan's got a vest in this one.
Like,
a jean vest.
Are we gonna overlook the jean vest?
So Tamera objects, right?
Tamera objects, and the kid who's the judge. He's like this redhead.
By the way, that's the extra role I would get. The amount that this kid does.
Yeah.
I don't even remember him.
He's like, you can't object. Only Todd can do that. He's your lawyer. And she says, that's what I'm objecting.
Yeah.
And then they take a recess. And then Kel says, oh, yeah. Oh, boy, I love recess.
Yeah, hacky sacks in the hallway.
And then they're like, wait a minute, come back here. You're our lawyers.
This is a very important moment. Tamera grabs Kel by his shirt, like yanks him forward, and says, what the heck is going on here? When she did that, she actually broke his necklace, like doing this yanking motion. This was revealed on a podcast like years later.
No
like,
way.
But Tamera was one of the main hosts, and like Kel was a guest. I'll link it to it in the description.
Was it a real necklace, like really, or was it just a prop?
Yeah. He's like, that's why my necklace got the mall. I was really proud of it. Like, I was.
Wait, you know what I noticed? I noticed like when Kel first did his like earlier singing and dancing thing, like when he first defended Tamera, he didn't have the necklace on. So there was like, they just fit it in. They like filmed a lot of this and like spliced it over itself, and because he like didn't have the necklace, but then he did have it when he was talking to
Maybe
her.
that was the second take that you see for that one, but that's what happened.
Oh, good eye.
Yeah, I just recall that from an interview that they were both on.
An interview with was it like about sister or?
I think they just like, oh, welcome to the show, Kel. And he's like, last time we hung out, you broke my necklace.
Oh,
is what he says to Tamera. Yeah, so I'll share that for everyone to check out. I'll insert a clip right here.
Many fans remember Kel from his hit 90s show called Kenan and Kel. With Kenan Thompson. But you actually guest starred on Sister. What do you remember of that time?
I did. I remember us having a lot of fun.
Yes, and you haven't changed. Like,
oh, really?
you
Thank
still
you.
look
Black
great.
don't
Black
crack.
don't crack. For real. Seriously.
Thank you. I remember Kim Bass created both of our shows.
Yes.
So that was cool. And I remember you broke my chain, too.
I broke your chain?
my
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah, we heard that Tam might owe you a necklace from back
Yeah.
then.
I had a little necklace from the Beverly Center. I thought I was popping. And we were in the scene, and you had to grab my neck, and the whole medallion, everything just fell down.
Oh, no!
You stayed in the scene, though, but I was looking at my chain like, oh, damn. Oh, no.
Why didn't you say anything?
I had to stay in it. I was,
Okay.
Professional.
Sorry.
No, it's
so
okay.
sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I got another. It was funny, though.
We're
We
good. Right, okay.
They're accusing them, and they're like, you're embarrassing us. And Trevor is like, how does it feel to be double dissed?
yeah, and in public, right?
This is their heel turn, that they're full-on villains now. Because Roger says to them, you said we were buds. And they're like, we're lawyers. We lied. Todd says, sue us. And then, Trevor laughs about it, and they, leave for the recess. So, they start piecing together what's going on here. It's like, Roger, you told them all this stuff about us. I think we've been set up.
Tamera basically says, I have a plan, or something along those lines.
Yeah, something to that tune.
And then we cut over to the house. This is probably my favorite scene in the whole show.
Oh, yeah?
This whole show that has two of my favorite actors in it.
Is the one that where neither of them are in it?
Yeah, So Roger is standing there with this Frankenstein-looking shelf unit that he has put together.
Are you Ray?
Ray.
I think okay.
I said Roger.
I was like, did
Sorry.
Roger make his way back to the house?
I'm getting my father
That's
figures.
Ray.
My father figures and Rogers mixed up.
Oh, Roger.
Yeah, right. That's crazy that there's a Roger on both shows.
It's just a common. I guess it's a common name. So then Ray is standing there, and Lisa's like, "Can you please just let me help you?" And he goes, "Absolutely not." Why? Why not? It's like, it's against the code. What code? The man code. The one that says only men build things.
He says there's Neanderthal men, Cro-Magnon men, and finally the handymen.
Yeah. He's like got so much pride. She goes, "You're talking like a crazy man.
Yeah.
You're going to let me help you." And basically they agree that she's not going to actually help. She's just going to stand there and tell him what he does wrong. That is hilarious because that is how it works.
Although I can't imagine it going better in that arrangement.
But she has superpowers. She's got a magic touch of criticizing. So anyways, I love that scene because Roger is just in need of help and doesn't know how to ask for it.
Ray and not Roger. Was in
God. Ray is in need of help. You know what would have been really funny is if they were actually Kenan and Kel in this universe, and then like Ray and Roger hung out and like did something together.
Oh yeah, like it's a full crossover, is what you're saying.
Yeah, like a full crossover would have been pretty good. I don't know if they needed to create like.
It's Roger and Ray building that, and it's still as bad because they're equally.
But they're
terrible.
building like a deck or something. Roger comes over and he's like, I just found this new TV system. I don't know.
Back in court, Tia's there, and she's getting real nervous because Tamera has not returned. I think someone says to them, hey, Thelma, where's Louise?
That's Roger says that.
Trevor and Todd are like, both of our clients are guilty, clearly.
Is that when Tamera comes in? Tamera comes in with the file folder.
The manila
envelope.
I know. I call it a file folder. I'm a teacher. We use those for games.
There you go.
I'm like the file folder.
Got our game folder here, ready for action.
Yeah, I'm showing my teaching. But yeah, she comes in and she's like, I have proof. Someone tell me what that proof was or wasn't.
I do want to say, before she goes into her explanation, she's like, this will prove our innocence. Trevor says, my client is delusional. And Todd's like, yeah, she's talking crazy too.
Whenever you say, what are their names? Trevor?
Todd and Trevor.
Todd and Trevor. I'm like, who are they talking? Oh, because I just picture them as
They're
Kenan and Kel.
It's Kenan and Kel.
Todd.
From now on, I'm going to call them Kenan and Kel.
But Todd and Trevor, though, like, that's just not the names I would have picked.
Right. So basically, what happens is Tamera or says that they found one of their handprints on the copier. Like they have fingerprint evidence, and then they just start to squirm.
Kel shouts, "Mercy! Proof! Oh, they found the proof! Oh, they caught us!" Stands up, does another dance. Like
a whole other Kel scene, just so dramatic.
Yeah.
Kenan's meanwhile saying, "Us? What do you mean us? Your Honor, I'm just a pawn in that man's scheme." The principal, who's been watching the whole time, says, "Can you see me in my office?"
Yep.
And Roger throws back at them what they said to him, which is, "You disgust me."
Yeah. So like Kel's dance after he says mercy, he really does go for like the whole dramatic effect here, and you can tell they're trying to recreate the screw in the tuna.
Yes.
They have to be.
They got that magic.
Yeah. And you can't just take Kenan and Kel away from their set and expect the same magic back. But anyways, it was pretty great. It was pretty.
Well, I laughed.
Kel did a good job.
Oh yeah.
I laughed hard at that one.
Anytime we can discover just a new minute of Kel doing his thing, like from the 90s, I'm a happy man.
It's true. Yeah, I know he he drops down to his knees and he's like doing this like ow. It's like arms are going in different directions, like waving his fanning his tears, shaking his head.
Rachel, how does the scene end?
Oh man, well, I couldn't tell you how that scene ends because
okay.
It's funny because I write notes, but you guys like quote, and I'm like, oh, that's such a good idea. Mine are like, my last note on that scene is Kel, proof. They got the proof. And that's it. It's like end scene in my brain.
Yeah, I just have the episode up and then the subtitles going so I can...
If I did this more often, I would learn from you guys, but it's been about 6 months since the last time I did this and I forgot.
It's been a long time. It's been longer.
Yeah, it's been like a year.
You guys will be talking about like the actual verbatim, and I'm like, I think it was a summary of someone like saying this.
I painstakingly rewrite all the lines that are said in like my second viewing. I pause it. It takes like an hour, but I got to get that info.
You do. All right. So how does that scene end?
Tia is like to Tamera, like, you know, oh man, like how did you possibly find that evidence? And she says, "What evidence?" Opens her manila envelope, her game folder.
Oh, yes.
There are no games inside.
There's file nothing. Folder.
Guess I'm not that stupid.
Yeah, which is a really, really cool move by Tamera. She did a great job.
Yeah. That's a Better Call Saul move.
It is, yeah.
I think if it were Tia doing that, she would need the actual proof. She wouldn't be able to, like, character-wise, like, be able, like, Tamera has like the personality, not just personality, but like she could get away with that. She's like, I'm gonna wing it.
Yeah, and going back to the overall story,
Yeah.
it's like, it's Tia is book smart and Tamara is street smart, and they kind of need each other
Right.
to make things happen.
To make it work. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Our last scene is back at home. The entertainment system is built. And I will say that where they have the TV in this entertainment system makes no sense to me. It's like on the floor, and they got shelves like all above it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
I think they just did it for the camera angle. So that,
I think they did it for the final moment.
Yeah,
which we'll get to in a sec.
Right. So yeah, they're all impressed with him, and he's like, I couldn't have done it without Lisa.
For the first time, he built something that looked like the picture.
Right.
Tia says, I'm done with slam books. And then Tamara's like, did you write? Like, but what did you write about me in that one? And she's like, I didn't write anything. I got nothing bad to say about you. I love you. And it's real sweet.
And then Tamera like is like, hold on a second. She like runs upstairs and is like, I
gotta scribble out a few things. Yeah.
I gotta scribble out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I started my own slam book. I gotta cross some things out.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm saying Tia then follows her, and I'm like, they could have kept going with that, but like, they're like,
that's a whole nother.
Yeah.
It cuts to them in court again.
Right.
It's like how much more could go on.
Lisa and Ray congratulate each other. They're like, this is just like our relationship. Yeah, lots of yelling at the start, shaky times, and a little bit of effort makes it all right. Now we've got something as solid as a rock. Ray hits play. And immediately it topples over.
It just all falls down.
Like we all could have predicted that to happen.
Oh yeah,
I was like,
but
3, 2, 1.
It was a pretty good like instant demolition though.
Oh yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah,
yeah,
that was
they like
great.
pulled it with string or something. I don't really know what happened.
Perfect way to end. But I forgot that they actually do bloopers in Sister Sister. So that was pretty funny.
They got outtakes.
I think the one.
Yeah, I didn't watch them, but they're here. They're here now.
Kenan does some fun improv stuff. He waves away Tia's stinky breath.
Yeah, Tamera like runs up to like yell at him, or was it? I think it was Tamera. It runs up to yell at him, and then he just goes like this, like she walks away like.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Sister.
There we go. We discovered some more Kenan and Kel in the 90s.
What did you guys think of this episode? Aaron, let's start with you.
I'm glad that we watched it. I like Sister. I like the energy, like looking at the two dynamics together. I just don't like that Kenan and Kel were Trevor and Todd, and they were just jerks. Like, that. I wish they were not jerks. They could have schemed in a different way. They did a good job with the scripts they had, and it was fun, and a good payoff with Ray. Good like subplot, good payoff with Ray and Lisa.
Yeah, we're not used to B stories,
right?
On Kenan and Kel. Usually it's just the one to track. So I thought it was a cute one, and I like the themes that they went for. Again, it's always nice, cute bookends that they always have to like kind of get back together, and it's a lot more. We talked about how Kenan and Kel are usually on the same side. And they don't do Kenan versus Kel well. I think they do Tia versus Tamera well on Sister.
Right.
And it was I thought it was a cute little episode, a nice even pace, versus something like a Sabrina. We were like catching our breaths trying to follow the plot of the Sabrina the Teenage Witch episode that we watched.
Oh, I didn't know they were on that.
They have a 1 minute like cameo in one of the episodes.
Yeah, I wiped it from my memory.
Oh no. So
to rediscover later.
I actually kind of thought it was funny that they played these like bad guy villains in this, because I feel like anyone who's a fan of Kenan and Kel who watches it is going to think it's hysterical, because that's like not them.
that is not them.
Right? Like when they went up to them and like.
Yeah, that's part of the fun.
Yeah.
I was reminded a little bit of the Steve Harvey Show in a few ways, like, and just the Kenan and Kel with like different kind of masks on. They're not themselves so much. They're playing characters, and sometimes they're given lines that I don't think belong to them.
Yeah.
So that's where I would knock this ep. Rachel, what are your thoughts on the whole ep?
I was gonna say too. I think that Kenan and Kel also don't really have much game with the ladies, so I kind of felt like that was
okay.
They're
that's
not
true.
usually as abrasive, but like I was like not like thrown off by that. I was like, that sounds pretty bad. That sounds about right. But I thought the whole episode, I mean, my normal shows I watch are like reality TV, like mindless, like drama. And I was like, just to watch an old 90s show again was was refreshing. So I thought it was funny. I laughed through the whole thing. I'm not hard to please. I laugh at most things. So
Yeah, but that's the beauty of rediscovering old shows.
yes.
Because they're like there's a formula and they're simple and they're fun.
Yes, and I definitely realized that there wasn't really like a need for a strong plot. Like I said,
Yeah.
it's like, what are they doing there, and what's the student court? I honestly thought when they were sitting at the table with the mom that was like midway through the day, and they were wearing like the same clothes the next. Like I didn't pick up beginning and end and what day and night.
Yeah.
Like I think some shows you watch you're used to like the sun going down. Yeah, and it was just like we're here again.
The sun doesn't set in these shows.
No.
No.
Too expensive.
They can't afford to film the sun.
No.
They're inside cameras only. But yeah, no, I think the word that I would use to describe this program and like a lot of the ones from the era is comforting.
Yes.
It's a comfort show. You kind of know where it's gonna go. You know that I don't know, everyone's gonna love Ray by the end.
Yeah.
It's like if you're sick, you're home with like the flu, and you have some Campbell's chicken noodle soup, and you turn on Sister for like the whole day.
Yes.
That's like
Little
it's like
Sister,
healing.
Sister.
Reminds you of your childhood.
There's some really awesome episodes of Sister too. Like the plot line of the show does actually move a little bit more. It's a little more sentimental at
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
If I recall, season 6, they like go to college and they leave Roger behind, and like it's a whole new dynamics to explore when they do that. So
Right.
yeah, no, it's
Yeah, that was definitely something that we were longing for in like season 4 of Kenan and Kel. We were like, we need more like drama. We need more story. It was just,
Sister definitely cares more about continuity than Kenan and Kel does.
yeah.
Like they get like people get into like long-term relationships and things like that. We were very grasping at straws when it came to like our
Right.
the relationships on our show.
No, it was great. I really enjoyed it, and it's always fun talking to you guys about Kenan and Kel, and adding Tia and Tamera in there was awesome.
Yeah, they're very, very talented and
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Rachel.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for being here, Rachel. Thanks for playing along.
Thanks for including me. It's a long day of teaching, and my brain is like when I'm trying to remember like things I did yesterday or sitcoms from the 90s. It's hard, but
Somehow that's how I did most of the podcast after teaching. My brain was just like mush.
it's like jumping everywhere.
Yeah,
I'm very happy both of you are here for my extra story, and
yeah, that was so funny.
I'll continue to give updates on that.
I really want to apply and see. I want to send your application in and see if they
Send the same one.
Yeah, see if they need a canoeing extra.
Yeah, you add like one extra accent to your list. You had British proper that I can't do.
They're like, we really wanted that Irish accent. He just didn't have it, but you can do billiards and speak in a British accent. It's incredible. Oh man, well that was very entertaining. So thank you.
Yeah. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Kenan and Kel and Sister with Adam, Rachel, and Aaron. Until next time, when we explore a deep dive into the making of Kenan and Kel, we will see you soon.
Sister.
I didn't really do it very well, but there it is.
You're good.
Sister.
Look a wow.
Until next time, everybody, go home, Roger. Oh, here it goes.
Thank you for listening. You can send us an email at KenanKelPodcast@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at anchor.fm/KenanKelPodcast. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all at KenanKelPodcast.
If you've ever done a podcast with your siblings, it might sound like this. You guys are supposed to do that too. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's terrible podcast. Okay, that's it for today's episode, folks.